On that and his exchange with Senator Lindsey Graham over the weekend. Good morning, Daniel.
Rob, Allison, I can't say good morning. Gosh, I was holding it together. I just barely had time to process what just happened. There's a few hundred international media who were allowed to screen the unfiltered, unpixelized Hamas GoPro, the most grotesque footage. And it was 43 minutes long, and we just got done of not terror, but I would describe it as hell on earth. Awful. Awful. Let me just set the table for you so you know. No phones were allowed inside. We were given notepads and pens, and they said, oh, we don't want you to record. They actually debated, went back and forth on whether they should even show it. They didn't want to show it because the images were so grotesque. But they said, we want people to see the evil and know what it is we're fighting. I can just tell you this. There was no mercy given, none, from the kibbutzim to the music festival to people who were pulled out of their cars, shot in the head, entire families. I saw a video of a baby's body that it was riddled with so many bullet holes I couldn't count, a gunshot to the brain and to the head, bodies with their eyes gouged out, the bloodshed, there was so much blood. A father in his underwear evacuating his two sons to a shelter. It clearly was early in the morning. Remember when this attack happened? And they get into the shelter and you see these terrorists, they lob a grenade inside and you see the grenade explode. And you see the body of the father collapse and fall over. It looks like he may have even shielded his kids because one said he was blind in one eye and couldn't see. But they were screaming. They didn't shoot the kids, but a terrorist walks inside the house and goes into their fridge and starts offering them water and drinking out of their fridge. I mean, it was awful. And again, before all of this, they debated whether or not to show it. That's just the tip of the iceberg. They had hundreds of hours of GoPro surveillance footage, kibbutz footage. Some of the terrorists even shared on WhatsApp. They made a call across to Gaza saying, Mom, Dad, look at my WhatsApp. I just killed 10 Jews with my bare hands. I'm a hero. And on the heels of that, what I just saw on Sunday, Senator Lindsey Graham led a bipartisan group of 10 senators. They were here. They left. They were here just for yesterday. They all spoke, 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans. They all said, we stand with Israel. They issued a warning to Iran. They warned Hezbollah. They talked about Hamas releasing 212 hostages. They say that, remember, they saw some version of what I just saw because they all recounted basically what I told you about. But there was a moment, things got testy when I asked why there hasn't been stronger condemnation of Rashida Tlaib, who still has a tweet up blaming Israel for a hospital attack that was not Israel. Department of Defense said it, President Biden said it, and she still has that tweet up. Ilhan Omar, you probably saw the video, the reporter walking, saying, do you have anything to say for kids who were decapitated? Nothing. Silence. When I asked that question in the most respectful way I possibly could, here's my back and forth with Senator Graham.
Thank you for being here. My family lives here. I made Aliyah 2 years ago. So this is personal. I know many people were sent from the United States and there's international press from around the world. And I heard every single one of you voicing your support for Israel fervently, stridently. And I heard that and I received that into my heart. And so on behalf of my family and people, I'm an American and an Israeli citizen, I say thank you. But it starts at home. And I'd like to ask any Democrat senator here that would like to speak to Rashida Tlaib. She still has a tweet up condemning Israel for a hospital attack.
We are here together, not to talk about the problems at home, which are many.
It's a fair question,
I've got my own view of what to say. You're not going to screw this up.
I'm not trying to screw it up.
Get this guy out of here. Now, let me tell you.
I'm an Israeli. I want an answer to the question, please.
I'm an American.
And I am too.
And I believe in free speech. I don't believe what the squad has to say at all. But I came here with Democrats and Republicans to let everybody in the world know, don't judge every Democrat by the squad, and don't judge every Republican by some of the things you hear. Where the House... No comment. Yeah. Where the House, they'll get their act together, but we need to do our job. We need to do our job in the Senate. We need to pass a bill that will help Israel, help Ukraine. That's at least what I think. I think the House will show up. And I'm sorry, my friend, I probably shouldn't have said it, but my nerves are raw right now.
To which I said, exactly, Senator. Everyone in Israel, everyone's nerves are raw. Everybody who's had 7,400 plus rockets launched at them and toward them. And I have to tell you, right after that news conference, it was pretty shortly after I asked that question, it ended. Senator Susan Collins from Maine approached me. She came up to me and she said, I'm sorry for what Senator Graham said. And she easily condemned Hamas. She easily condemned the things I was just describing to you. Listen to what she said.
It's very hard for me to understand why a member of Congress or anyone would not condemn what Hamas has done. Whether it's kidnapping little children or grandmothers or shooting down students who are engaged in a dance rally or going door to door and randomly killing people. Those should not be hard acts to condemn. Those are inhumane.
You heard my question. I was not trying to throw a grenade. I wasn't trying to make the news conference with Senator Graham about me. But everybody here in Israel is watching and listening very closely to what lawmakers and the halls of Congress and leadership there are saying. It's important. Words matter. Words matter. And Rob and Allison, about today, I just will say this. You know, I actually prayed with my wife long and hard. I didn't know if I wanted to even see this, but I felt like I had a duty for every Jewish person in Israel, for everybody around the world, for everybody who's had a family member, a loved one, someone taken hostage by Hamas. Evil has a face. Evil has a name. And there's this two wars, the information war, and it feels like Israel may be losing the information war based on the protests that we're seeing and the pro-Hamas, and it's sickening. But as a reporter, a father, a husband, someone who lives here, I know I'm right up in it. So maybe my perspective is different, but I felt like I had a duty to be here today, and I'm just going to keep processing it, well, Rob and Allison, what we saw.
Daniel, we appreciate